Hi guys, it's Keisha with New Beginning Healing Institute. Happy Friday, and you know what time it is. I am a Woman of Abundance report. Update from our women's group last night. Last night was week 4, and before I even give you the update about what happened last night, I have to kind of like ease you into it because Stephanie, the co-facilitator, my co-facilitator, of course we always have a good time, but I have to tell you this joke. The first video I did that says what happens when you put a Jamaican and Italian together, and I said you get good food. Well, okay, so she decides to change it, right? She says when you put a Jamaican and Italian together, you get a lot of talking, a lot of noise, and a lot of words. But last night, the two of us, we were just like jaw on the floor. We didn't have a lot of words last night. So I thought that was funny that she can make the switch on that. She says, no, we didn't have any words last night. And this is what happened. So last night in our women's group, number one, we continue with the validation of the self. And we do that by education and integration of miseducation with personal experiences. And so last night, so it was week 4, and by now, all the education, giving ground, framework for everything. And outside the sessions, of course, we give reflective homework and activities to continue this change. So when the women came back and they were able to, number one, to actually start to put the pieces together with this self. They're able, outside the session, to be able to, as one person, beautifully summarize, look at the history and trace back and take a look at the different quote-unquote objects. Now, the women are using our languaging now, which is really cool to see this modeling take place where women are using the language that we teach in the workshops, and they're able to associate that with different parts of themselves, and so this is beginning to make sense. And so they were able to come back last night and talk about the gaps that they're able to fill in for themselves, with this old self, and they're able to, and with the gaps filled in, to make connections. So that's one thing that happened last night. And from the gaps filled in and the connections made in between the sessions, right, our time together, we now examine the themes from these gaps and connections, and women will be we're able now to take a look at, oh, this is how I feel this way when I'm doing etc., or this is why I feel a certain way about myself when I'm in these set of settings or these kind of relationships. And so the themes were basically vulnerability, powerlessness, defectiveness, shame. So we're looking at different themes. They're able to begin to make meaning of the themes. They understand the outcomes of certain actions, but they're able now to understand from different objects in their lives and different ways of internalizing things as children, perhaps how this voice or this inner voice have come along and how this inner voice have mushroomed and grown and carried along with them up until today. So this self finally, again, as someone beautifully summarized, they're actually making the connection to where this actually came from, this origin, if you will, and where it is now. And exciting. Last night we had a new woman to join the group. It was amazing. And this is the beauty about having group, because one person or two persons can say the same thing, and one person says, oh my gosh, I thought I was alone. No, I'm not. And the group just continues to evolve in a place where it continues to be a safe place. It continues to be a place where women are feeling the safest, so they can talk about these things that they've been carrying for so long. This is another theme, which results into this powerlessness, carrying these heavy things for so long. And so this way of connecting or having camaraderie, having this sameness, and again, this is a group with very diverse women, diverse backgrounds, which is so beautiful, right? It's beautiful. And they're able to connect even under ethnic differences or racial differences. It's so amazing to see this happen. And so, so that's a big part of why Stephanie and I, we were like, didn't have any words, So just the camaraderie, the connections made, looking at themes last night. And so now that we've identified, we're addressing that, now we're beginning now to explore, right? So now we've looked at the negative dominant themes, and now last night we're able now to take a look at the secondary themes and explore that to reflect, what we want from this self, the better self that is emerging. So next week now we're going to take a look, continue to look at the gaps and connections made, gaps filled in, connections made, and then next week we're going to look at this last piece of it. Because from here we identify what the emotional needs are, which is a big deal. Because remember, unhealthy behaviors or ways of being, this old self. So next week we'll pick it up from there to begin to take a look at perhaps the emotional unmet needs, and then explore behaviors and thought patterns, how we can meet those needs in a healthier way. So that's going to be week number 5. And lastly, this is some feedback that I can share, is that the women were saying, this is only 8 weeks? It's only 8 weeks? And we looked at each other like, yeah, that should extend. So now we're already hearing, well, now we already extended this to an hour and a half, and now women in this cohort, they're saying we should extend this for a longer time. So I know we're still learning, and we're still getting to know each other, and we're learning as we go along as facilitators, what the needs are of women that are coming into the group. So this is week number 4 update, and I hope to continue to keep you informed and engaged in our self-improvement, self-esteem group and workshop. And I'll talk to you next week Friday, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.